So we begin our practice of chair yoga, sitting towards the front of our chair, closing the eyes, and let's start with the feet. Start with the place where the feet are in contact with the floor. Take a look down at the feet, see if they're about hip distance apart, and you can help set the feet by bringing the two fists together, bringing the fists between the thighs, just above the knees, gently squeezing the inner thighs into the fists. Set that distance, and then look that the heel is directly underneath the knee, and that the knee is close to approximating a right angle. If the knee is a little bit, if that open, so the knee is a bit below the hip, that's fine. If the knee is above the hip, maybe add some padding to the seat of your chair, or the next time you practice, find a higher chair. Come through the knees to the hips, set that at a right angle, and then establish the contact between each of the sit bones, those bony parts of the pelvis in your seat. Establish that contact between the sit bone and the seat of the chair. Lean over to your right side. Take all the weight onto the right sit bone. Breathe here. And then roll towards the left side, taking all the weight onto the left sit bone. And just notice that contact between the sit bone and the seat of the chair. Inhale, come back to center. From the sit bones, work your way up to the sacrum, and then on top of the sacrum, stack each of the vertebrae, one upon the next, going through the lumbar spine, the thoracic spine, and the cervical spine, all the way to the base of your skull. Draw the chin slightly back to stack cervical spine over the thoracic spine. Open the front body by drawing the shoulder blades slightly closer together on the back, and breathe. First, observing the breath, noticing where the breath is going. Notice what parts of the body are moving. If you notice that the belly is not moving, try and take the breath more deeply into the lower lungs, expanding the belly with your inhale breath, and then drawing the belly back towards the spine with your exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now I'm going to give you a pattern or a count to help you establish a pattern of an even exhale and inhale of the breath, breathing in and out through the nose. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 3, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 3, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 2, 3, 4. Stretching out the exhale breath. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 3, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now stretching the inhale out even further. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 2, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 3, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come to seated. Let's bring the hands down beside the body. And we're going to next move to warming up the spine. We've already done a bit of a spinal warm-up, just because the breath is going to move the spine a little slightly. Keeping that pattern of breath, exhale as we move towards the floor, reaching the right fingertips down towards the floor. Inhale, come through center and reach the left fingertips towards through center right for 2, left. 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and 6, and 6. Continue, but now windmill the left arm over for 7, and windmill 7, and 8, and 8, and 9, and 9, and 10, and 10, and 11, 11, and 12, and 12. Bring both arms overhead. And as we reach the arms overhead, make sure the shoulder blades are moving slightly together on the back, and then the tip of the shoulder blade is pulling down towards the waist. Take the left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Take the left hand, or take the right hand, and snuggle it up to the base of the sacrum and twist around towards the right side. If you have some bone density issues with the spine, don't try, just limit the range of your twist here. Inhale, raise the arms overhead, and exhale, twist towards the left side, taking the right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Inhale, come back to center. Come back to seated. And let's finish up the warm-up of our spine with some cat-cow breaths. So I don't know, Gail, whether the cat is around to help us with our cat-cow movements. We certainly don't have any cows around. So let's inhale, lift the sternum, and then exhale, round the back towards the back of the chair like an angry cat. I don't know whether, Gail, does your cat ever get that angry? Inhale up. And exhale back. And final time, inhale up for 3. And exhale back for 3. Let's inhale, come back to a neutral spine. And once again, reestablish our seated mountain pose. Just quickly checking in with the feet, the legs, the sit bones, and the stacking of the spine. Let's look down at the feet. Press the base of the big toe into the mat and raise all 10 toes. And see, even if it's only setting an intention to spread the toes, see if you can fan the toes out any amount. Let's come back to our seated mountain pose. Raise the arms overhead, interlace the fingers, and open the palms towards the ceiling. Breathing here and trying to work the biceps towards the ears. Flip the palm, let the palms rest on the top of the head. Bring the elbows together for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Open the elbows out to the side. Rest the fingertips on the top of the shoulders and touch the elbows again for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Drop the elbows to the lowest ribs and think about gluing the elbows to the lowest ribs. Make a fist, let the fist touch, and then moving from the shoulders, rotate the upper arm to bring the arms out to the side for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Again, bring the arms back to the side. Reach the hands out in front, open the palm, and we're going to draw the hands back, or the arms back towards the side body, and we're going to make a really sharp exhale through the mouth as we draw back. So inhale as we stretch out, and then go exhale. Inhale. Inhale. And once, 2, 3 more times. Inhale. And once more. And let's come back to center. Locate the crease of the hips, and you can locate the crease of the hips by taking the thumbs, pressing them right in at the top of the thigh, and then that's going to be the crease of the hips, and you're going to wrap the body, pivot around that point, and bring the body into a slight forward angle without rounding the spine. So we want to keep the head in line with the spine, and try and take your gaze to a point on the floor in front of you where the head's going to be staying in line with the spine. I want you to reach the arms behind you, and we're just going to gently pulse the arms up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So holding in the same position, we're going to bend the elbows and take the hands back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Come back to center. Interlace the fingers now again, and let's take the hands around the right shin and draw that right knee towards the right armpit. Point the toes towards the floor and then flex them up towards the shin for 1 and 2 and 3. Circle in one direction, go 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Cup the knee with the hand and then move the knee throughout the range of motion. We'll now stop and then go in the opposite direction. And 3. Now, let's bring the right ankle onto the left thigh and just gently rock that knee. And now support the right knee with the right hand. Again, make sure the back's straight. So rather no rounding like this, let's lift the sternum, draw the shoulder blades back, press the knee into the hand for 1, 2, and 3. And then exhale, let that knee, and you might notice the knee move a little closer to the floor. Inhale for 1, 2, and 3. And exhale. And final time, inhale, 1, 2, and 3. And exhale. Bring the sole of the right foot to the inner edge of the left foot. Stack the spine. Take the arms to the side. Inhale the arms overhead. Draw the hands back to heart center. And let's either hold here or raise the arms overhead for a seated version of tree pose. So try and create a bit of pressure on the sole of the right foot to press it into the edge of the left foot. Draw the shoulder blades back and down. And let's hold for 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Let the arms come back to the side. Close up the right knee. Walk back to that hip distance apart. And let's do 1 cat-cow just to sort of reset. Inhaling, raising the sternum. And exhale, round towards the back of the chair. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine. Bring the fingers into what I call the non-dominant interlace. So whatever the pinky finger that's not usually on the outside is now on the outside. And draw the left knee towards the left armpit. Point, flex, 2, 2, and 3, and 3. Circle 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3. Bring the hands around the knee, cupping the knee with the hands, and rotate it. 1, and 2, and 3. And go in the opposite direction. 1, and 2, and 3. Bring now the left ankle to rest on the right thigh, or if that's not available to you, you can always let the ankle just cross at the ankles. Let that knee open out towards the side. Flex the toes in towards the shin. Gently rock and then press that knee into the hand for 1, 2, 3, and let go. 1, 2, 3, and let go. And 1, 2, 3, and let go. Let's bring the inner edge now of the left foot, or the sole of the left foot, to the inner edge of the right foot. Sit towards the front of our chair. Inhale the arms overhead. Find our seated version of tree. And let's hold for 3 breaths here. So inhale 1. And 2. And 3. Bring the hands back down. Draw the left knee in. Walk the feet back to hip distance. And let's actually now take the feet out into a small V. Let both knees sway right. Let both knees sway left. Right. Left. And right. And left. Walk the feet back together. Come back to our seated mountain pose. And let's just take 3 breaths here and try and come back to that pattern of an extended exhale for the next 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And final time, inhale. So now let's do a little work with our weights. Bye, Margie. Hope you enjoyed it and hope we'll see you again. Let's cross. Taking our weights, let's cross the weights, arms, cross the arms on the upper chest. And before we start to move in our seated crunches, I want everybody to really bring their attention to the core muscles, the muscles all the way along the front of the body. And as we move, angle the body towards the back of the chair, we'll inhale for 1. And lift forward for 1. Inhale back for 2. Lift forward for 2. No rounding the back. Inhale back for 3. 3. 4. 4. 5. 5. 6. 6. 7. 7. 8. 8. 9. 9. 10. 10. 11. 11. And we'll hold on 12 for 12. 11. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3, 2, and 1. And come back to a neutral spine. Let's take the weights now down to the side. And just roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down, forward, up, back, and down, and forward, up, back, and down. Whatever cross of the arms you had, go now to the opposite cross. And this cross is just going to feel a little less, likely feel a little less normal. So to find that opposite cross, just let the arms cross naturally, and then flip them to the opposite cross. So 12 more, and then 12 hold for inhale back for 1, and 1, 2, and 2, 3, and 3, 4, and 4, 5, and 5, 6, and 6, 7, and 7, 8, and 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, and 12, holding on 12 for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and come back to neutral. So these are a lot of the same muscles we use in our plank pose. We're just using them in a bit different direction here, but those same muscles are the ones that we strengthen in plank pose. And when these core are strong and supportive, that can help the back, support the back as well. So let's bring the arms down to the side, and we'll do some curls, raising for 1, and then drag down for 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, and 12, and 12. Let's set our weights aside now. Let's come back to our seated mountain pose and just check in with seated mountain. Let's check in for a couple of breaths. So remember, cervical spine stacked, shoulders back, front of the body opened. Final inhale, inhale. And exhale out with a sigh through the mouth. So now let's turn sideways on our chair. And we're going to bring one of the chair side thigh parallel to the back of the chair and open the outside leg out into the center of the room. Now, again, you can bring that leg as far out as you want, But don't go beyond, once you go beyond the point where to move the foot, you have to let the knee come in. Move back to that point where the knee is directly over the heel. You can support yourself by taking the chairside arm to the back of the chair and lift the outside arm overhead. Again, side body lengthens, shoulder blade comes down, and fingertips lengthen towards the ceiling. You can follow along with the second arm if that's available to you. Twist into the center of the room and bring the chairside elbow to the chairside knee, and then use the oblique muscles of the core to rotate you so the shoulders come towards stacking. Stretching long. Breathe into the twist, breathe into the resistance of the twist, and try and expand the belly into the resistance of the twist. Bring the arms back overhead. Bend the outside elbow and bring the outside elbow to the outside knee or thigh. And again, twisting in the opposite direction. Inhale, come back up to center. Let's bring both hands onto the chairside thigh. Press the hands into the side thigh, draw the shoulder blades back, and remembering where that fold point was at the crease of the hips, fold over the outside, or fold over the chairside leg. Keeping the pressure, using the pressure of the hands onto the thigh to keep the spine nice and long as we deepen that fold towards the chairside thigh. Working towards aligning the sternum with the thigh of the chairside leg, and then inhale, come up. Now support yourself with the chairside elbow or chairside arm on the chair, and bring that outside knee below the hip. Let's raise one or both arms overhead. And if you've been able to take both arms overhead, interlace the fingers behind the back, try and extend the knuckles towards the floor, and come into a gentle back bend, drawing the shoulders together, lifting the sternum towards the ceiling, but also keeping the chin like you're still hugging that large orange or grapefruit between the chin and the collarbones. Inhale, come back up, support yourself with the chairside arm on the back of the chair, and let's bring that outside leg back as far as you can. So we're working that leg towards becoming straight. And again, let's press in. Draw the pubic bone towards the navel and feel how that intensifies the stretch in the front of the hip. The stretch is coming into those muscles at the front of the hip. We're also stretching the hip flexors. And let's release. Bring that leg in. Come back through center. Reset by just taking the legs a little wider, going left and right, left and right. And now we're going to turn the opposite direction. Support now the other thigh on the chair. Walk the other leg out into the center of the room. Try and align the sternum with the thigh bone, and you can lift one arm for both arms. Breathe here. Let's twist into the center of the room. Bring the chair side elbow again, which onto the thigh, working towards stacking the shoulders, reaching across. One more breath here. Inhale, come up. Turn towards the chair. Take the outside elbow to the outside knee and stretch across. Inhale, come back up. And now let's take that outside knee underneath the outside hip. Remember, curls can be turned under, or you can rest on top of the toes. Reach one or both arms overhead. Breathe here, and then bring the hands together behind the back. Let's push the knuckles towards the floor. Draw the shoulder blades together on the back, and coming into a gentle back bend. Bring the hands onto the opposite or onto the thigh, and actually you can take one hand onto the chair, stretch that outside leg all the way back, working that outside leg towards straight. Raise one hand, or just bring the hands onto the thigh, draw the navel towards, or draw the pubic bone towards the navel. Feel that stretch in the front of the outside thigh. One more breath here. And let's bring that outside leg in. So now let's come up to standing. Let's face the seat of our chair. Stand just a little distance away from the chair. If you need the chair more support than the chair than this can afford, it's okay to face the back of the chair as well. Let's find our standing mountain pose. So again, set feet about hip distance apart. Open the shoulders, draw the tailbone slightly down towards the floor. Lift the strength up the inner legs, draw the chin back, and breathe here in standing mountain. Two. And three. Inhale the arms overhead and exhale forward fold. Wrap the fingertips around the edge of the chair. And let's strengthen the feet by lifting up on the heels away from the floor, lifting up onto the toes. And then let the heels come back to the floor, rock back and raise the toes. Raise the heels, toes, heels, and toes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, and 12, and 12. Let's now walk the feet more towards the side of our mats, angle the toes out towards the side of the mat, and let's just come up. So we're just going to do some gentle squats here to strengthen the leg muscles. And come down any amount and back up. You can use the chair for support for 2, 2, 3, 3. If you feel balanced and need more resistance, you can pick up your weights. 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, and 12. And let's hold for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and straight. Let's once again fold forward. Now walk back the feet away from the chair. And let's try working into a chair-supported downward dog. So you can take the feet hip distance, or you can perhaps move the feet a little wider as well. So start with a very small V and see if you can work the hands, the head, towards coming between the outstretched arms. Feel the stretch in the back of the legs and breathe here. One more breath. Inhale, come up slightly. Let's back the feet away, say another 6 inches. Inhale, and then exhale, keeping that core firm. Once again, bring the head in between the arms. Two more breaths, 2. And 3. Let's try moving forward into plank from here. So those core muscles that we worked on earlier, firm them up, use them to support the spine, keep lengthening the tailbone towards the heels, and come forward any amount into our chair-supported plank. And one more breath here. Now, if that seemed like too much for you, bring the feet close to the chair, or if you feel you can challenge yourself a bit more, let's stretch the feet out. Again, come to our chair down dog. Inhale, come forward towards our plank, and breathe here. And let's back up. Come to that chair down dog. Turn the right toe out and step the left shin in towards the chair. And let's come up. You might rest the hands, stay on the chair, rest the hands on the thigh, or lift both one or both arms overhead for our chair down dog. Exhale the hands back to the chair, lift the heel, set both feet back to the chair, supported down dog. Turn the opposite toes out and step. This time the right shin in towards the chair. You might just stay with the hands supported. You might come up onto the thigh or raise one or both arms overhead. Exhale the hands to the chair. Lift the back heel and step back to our chair support. Down go. Walk the feet in towards the chair. And let's come to standing beside our chair for our tree pose. So finding the support in your chair side leg, lift the outside heel, bring the heel to the ankle, maybe up onto the calf, or up right to the inner thigh. Support the hands at heart center, or stay on the chair and raise the arms overhead. Hold for 3 breaths. Draw the hands back to heart center. Release the hand, foot to the floor. And we'll move to the opposite side. Again, now our chair side foot becomes the foundation for our tree pose. We lift the outside heel. We bring the heel, the ankle to the calf, or maybe to the inner thigh. Inhale and lift. And hold for 3. Draw the hands back to heart center. Release. And let's finish off our standing work. Again, using whatever support you need to sidestep for 1 and 1, 2 and 2 and 3 and 3 and 4 and 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 11, and 12, and 12. And then move in whatever way you feel is appropriate to come back to seated on your chair. Come back to our seated mountain towards the front of the chair. Stack the spine. Close the eyes. Come back to that breath pattern. Take the arms to the side. Raise the arms up overhead. Take that left hand, the outside of the right thigh, and twist towards our right side. One more breath. Inhale the arms overhead. Twist in the opposite direction. One more breath. Inhale, come back to center. And now let's prepare ourselves for final relaxation. Take a drink. Add any clothing that you need, or blankets, or anything that you need to stay comfortable in final relaxation. Let's slide the body back towards the back of the chair. And just let the body shape itself towards the back of the chair and towards the seat of the chair. Slow the breath down. And let the breath gradually slow right down. And as we're preparing the body for final relaxation, make those little micro adjustments until you find a spot where you can rest in stillness without moving for a short period of time. Close the eyes and notice how the breath is slow. Belly keeps rising and falling gently. And I'd like you to think of a scene from the past summer that best represents summer. First of all, taking in the scene without focusing on anything specific in the scene. And now using your mind's eye, zoom in on an element of the scene where your eye comes to rest. It might be a building, it might be a tree, it might be a flower, it might be people, it might be water, it might be hills or mountains. But zoom in on that specific item, picking up the details, the colors, And notice how your body reacts to focusing on that specific item in your scene. Now, using that focus of the mind that you've established, let the body move to an even deeper state of relaxation. Now let's begin to reconnect with the outside world, with the world around us, by first deepening the breath, moving the fingers, moving the wrists, moving the toes, moving the ankles. Slide back to the front of our chair, stack the spine. Just take a few moments in that seated mountain pose where we started our practice today to scan the body, observe how moving the body, how challenging the body has perhaps invoked some subtle changes in the body. Take the arms to the side, draw the shoulder blades back, raise the arms overhead, draw the hands back to heart center, and thank yourself for making time for today's practice. Thank you for sharing your practice. And thank you so much for the honor of guiding you through your practice today. Thank you. Thank you.